Are these your drugs?
Look, Dad, it's
Where did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
you, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who...
Then you see a pack of Hell's Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined the street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Chattin. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about a former leader of the Hells Angels found dead after years on the run. We got a bunch of other things to talk about. I got something exclusive to share with you guys. I finally accomplished a bunch of things I've been waiting to do. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. Thank you all for joining me. Man, we got some good content coming up. TRC, how you doing? And I'm going to play you guys a couple clips from the content. Matter of fact, I'll just put the video in instead of playing clips. I'll just put the whole video in and we could just watch it for a couple minutes. TRC, how are you? Thank you for joining me. STMC, good afternoon. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this show. Make sure you check out Patreon. If you want to watch some of this exclusive footage, go over to Patreon and you will get to see it there first. Or you can join the membership. I uploaded a couple videos a little while ago. So we got some great content there. Herman, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Tommy, how are you? Max, great show, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. And shout out to Mike Ball. Appreciate him. So I did an interview yesterday with a former Homitos Motorcycle Club member. And he gave me the rundown on everything. He's a former Bandido. And he broke down a lot of what's going on. It's a really good interview. If you want to see it first, go join the membership and you will get to watch it first. Hey, can't want to. How are you? Good morning. So I'll give you guys a little taste of the interview with him real quick. Check this out.
Part of his bond conditions was that he was no longer supposed to be affiliated with the Bandidos Motorcycle Club.
So he did not want his identity out there because of the feds. He doesn't want, he doesn't want to get caught up in this indictment that they're facing right now. If you guys aren't aware, there's a huge indictment against the Homitos Motorcycle Club over there in Texas. I believe it's like 20 people or something. The whole leadership of the club is gone. And I asked him all the questions that people want to know. Will this motorcycle club continue? What caused the war? I asked him everything. So he told me everything that I asked him, he told me. So.
Well, what had happened, I was brought into the club by my mentor, who still to this day we're in contact. Heavy hitter, old school, been in the club for decades, and understood the meaning of what it really meant to be a 1%er. So they got arrested, they got hit with RICO, and essentially what happened, we all obviously know the Anthony Benesh story, the Hells Angel that was in Austin, Texas that got shot. Well, people started rolling on Jeff Pike. And there was a member of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club, he was an officer of a chapter, stood up or sat in front of the court and basically told the DA and the jury that Jeff Pike continued his presidency in the Bandidos. I spent a lot of time around Jeff Pike, his family, his home in Conroe, Texas, and don't get me wrong, Jeff had his own way of handling business. He didn't like drugs around him. What people did on their own time.
Billy, what's up? Fred.
As we all know, the 1% life, we're outlaws. We live outside that 99%. And what ended up happening was there was no repercussions. There were no repercussions for those that testified against Jeff Pike, John Portillo, or other brothers. And what ended up happening was the Homitos of the original founding members, some of them were Bandidos originally. And what had happened was we saw a bunch of people breaking basically the number one rule in the bylaws. And in those bylaws, you never fuck your brother over. You never snitch. And what ended up happening was a lot of us got pissed off about it. I dedicated over a decade of my life to the Bandidos, just in all aspects. I had a bike shop, discounts, just everything, just very loyal to the brotherhood. And long story short, a lot of them split off. So originally, the Homitos were a t-shirt club. We were just kind of out doing our thing. And LJ, the national president of the Homitos, he actually sponsored the formation of the Homitos Motorcycle Club.
So if you want to see that interview, join the members, and it'll be dropping soon. Thank you all for joining me. Al Rose, what's going on? Billy, what's good? Fred, Darren, good morning. We got a bunch of things to talk about. So the Pagans are back in the news. So you guys know the first guy ended up kind of cooperating with law enforcement, telling them basically everything they wanted to know. Charges got dropped against these two individuals. Now, for the remaining 6, they all will be tried together. That is breaking news. Just came out that the 6 Pagans will be tried separately, or they will be tried together. 6 Pagans lose their bid for separate trials in assault and shooting incident at Wawa. So they will be tried together as one. And that's pretty fucked up that they're going to try all these guys together, but them other guys get to get off. Like, it's just, you see, that's what happens. Like, they leave people high and dry. What do you guys think of this? Now they're going to charge them. They're going to go to trial. I believe trial's supposed to start May either 17th or the 19th. So the 6 are accused of participating in a coordinated assault and shooting tied to a rival biker conflict. They will stand trial together. The judge denied their bid for separate proceedings. The ruling delivered firm clarity and underscores the prosecution's argument that this was not a series of isolated incidents, but a unified collective act. So it makes you wonder, what about the other guys that were there? How come they get to get off, but they're going to try all these other guys together. But they take 3 guys out of the equation. They took this guy out of the equation. This guy's out of it. And this one's out of it. So then the remaining 6 have to all be together. And they're going to be going to trial, sitting in the same courtroom. I believe they were doing their court appearances on video, from what I hear, some of them. They all remain in prison. I think one of them is out of prison because of a medical situation. But it says here, according to prosecutors, what unfolded outside the Wawa was not a spontaneous clash. It was calculated. And it was simmering tensions between rival motorcycle clubs. Hostility rooted in territory, loyalty, and reputation. Witnesses described a chaotic scene, engines idling, voices raised, and then violence. Shots rang out, alliances hardened. And in seconds, convenience store became the backdrop of something far more sinister. Authorities allege 6 defendants acted in unison, their roles overlapping in the confrontation. So if they all acted in unison, right? What about the other 3 guys? They were just standing around doing nothing. It's just crazy that they're able to pick and choose, right? We all know what's going on here. Like, do I got to call a spade, right? We all know what's going on here. The other guys possibly will testify. Who knows? We don't really know for a fact. But authorities allege the 6 defendants acted together. And they have video evidence of this whole situation. Surveillance footage shows and witness testimony are expected to play a central role in constructing these moments. So there are witnesses that are going to testify. Defense attorneys pushed aggressively for separate trials, arguing that trying all 6 men together risks blurring individual responsibility. Now, is that possible for people to accept responsibility on their own and plead out like these other guys did? I mean, these guys didn't plead out. They dropped their charges without prejudice, meaning they could bring them back. And shout out to the guy on Facebook that says, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's laid out here. Listen, I have what they have out there. I don't make this shit up. I'm just telling you the information that's out there. This is what the court's saying. And they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, it's pretty laid out. So it says it will blur individual responsibility. Their concern is that a jury confronted with the weight of collective accusations may struggle to distinguish on who did what and when. But the court saw it differently. In denying the motions, the judge emphasized the judicial efficiency and interconnected nature of the alleged crime. The evidence, prosecutors argued, is deeply intertwined. Splitting the case would not only strain the court's resources, but risk inconsistent outcomes. More importantly, the prosecution maintains that the narrative itself is shared. A single incident, a single chain of events, a single reckoning. So if they're saying that, why would these other 3 individuals already have their cases completed? So something ain't adding up here, right? It says for the outlaw motorcycle clubs like the Pagans, identity is rooted in brotherhood and a code that binds members together beyond the road. But in the courtroom, that same unity becomes a liability. Legal experts note that joint trials often reshape dynamic strategies and must align. So what do you guys think of this situation? Do you think that these guys are going to get a fair trial? And do you think that the other members who already pled guilty, the other member that pled guilty, and the two who had their case dismissed, do you think they will end up cooperating against the rest of them? Because that's what the prosecutor will do, right? They'll threaten them that if they don't cooperate, they'll bring back their cases. So we'll find out in May, and I will let you guys know. Mile High Magic, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. So in Brentwood, a fatal motorcycle crash shut down Highway 4. And then we'll get to the topic at hand. The California Highway Patrol is investigating a overnight fatal crash on Highway 4 near Lone Tree Way just before 1 a.m. on Wednesday. According to the initial reports, the motorcyclist was down in the roadway around 12:47 a.m. and that the rider had been struck by several vehicles. By 1:03 a.m., all lanes of traffic were blocked off, and the rider was pronounced deceased at the scene. That is terrible. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. This happened in Brentwood, California on March 25th, 2026. Approximately 12:47, officers assigned to the California Highway Patrol. They responded to multiple vehicle crash which occurred on State Route 4 westbound west of Sand Creek Road in the city of Brentwood. The preliminary investigation indicates a motorcycle was traveling on State Route 4 westbound west of Sand Creek Road, and for some reason still under investigation, rear-ended another vehicle. After the first impact, the male rider was ejected from the motorcycle and landed in the lanes of traffic. Tragically, the rider was struck by other vehicles. Damn. So he hit somebody from behind, flew off the motorcycle, landed in a lane of traffic, and was ran over multiple times. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The other drivers were uninjured and remained on the scene and cooperated with law enforcement during the investigation. Officers are still trying to determine if DUI was a factor. I have a crash video over on Patreon. It's pretty wild. Like, it's insane. In another situation, this is out of South Carolina, I believe. Yeah, South Carolina, Horry County. Motorcyclist dies after crashing while attempted to evade, Horry County Police Highway Patrol says. A motorcyclist died after crashing while attempting to evade the Horry Police and South Carolina Highway Patrol said. The crash happened in the area of Old Highway 31 near Hidden River Road. Horry County Fire Rescue HCFR crews responded to 1:54 p.m. They responded at 1:54 p.m. and transported one person to the hospital with critical injuries. Horry County Police attempted to conduct a traffic stop on the motorcycle on Highway 22. The motorcycle did not stop and crashed after police pursued it. The motorcycle was a 2023 Suzuki, was traveling north on Highway 31 when it ran off the road and hit a tree. The driver later died at the hospital. No additional information is available at this time. It's sad. I mean, you got to be careful out there riding bikes. Motorcycle crashes every single day. It seems like it's getting to be more and more. So let me see here. So there was a bust up there in Canada, if you guys don't know, with the Red Devils. Pretty odd, right? Pretty odd. I believe this is in Ottawa. Shit, I don't have the fucking picture anymore. You guys might have seen the picture on but this is some wild shit what this guy got arrested for. Hold on, I'm trying to find this other case. All right, so this is a wild case, right? This is a situation involving the Outlaws. This is down in Alabama. Harvest man arrested in Limestone County credit card fraud and fuel theft investigation. Limestone County, Alabama. A harvest man has been arrested after months-long investigation into a large-scale credit card fraud and fuel theft operation in Limestone County, according to Limestone County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff's Office said the case began in January when investigators received a fraud complaint from a victim who reported their credit card information had been stolen and used to buy large quantities of fuel at service station in the area. As investigators continued, hold on, I got a picture of this fucking guy. It's this guy. As the investigation continued, authorities said that they uncovered additional fraudulent transactions involving stolen credit card information used to purchase significant amounts of fuel across multiple locations. Investigators reviewed surveillance footage from an area business and identified the suspect believed to be affiliated with the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. It says gang here, but it's a club. Depends who you ask. Working with Athens Police Department, investigators developed a probable cause to obtain a search warrant for the home of the 29,000 block of Thunderpaw Drive. Members of the Limestone County Criminal Investigation Division and Limestone County SWAT teams executed the search warrant. They found 113 cloned credit cards, equipment used to skim credit card data, equipment used to manufacture cloned credit cards, about 275 gallons of diesel fuel. Sheriff's Office said Casey Dalton McCall, 33, of Harvest was taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of identity theft. An investigation is ongoing and additional charges are expected. It's crazy. A lot of people doing crazy shit that they think they will never get caught for, right? Let me try to find this other one for you guys. And if you haven't seen, I uploaded a couple shorts of the new interview that I did with Chris, former Hell's Angel. That one's going to be dropping soon, too. I'm going to drop the Homitos one tonight. But if you want to see it first, join the members. All right, this one's out of Ottawa. And it has to do with the Red Devils. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. We got 79 people in the house. So, Brockville pair arrested after guns, drugs seized. The man and a woman from Brockville face a number of charges after pivotal police carried out a search of an area earlier this month related to guns, drugs, and sexual assault. Following an investigation launched February, members of the Lead County, Ontario police unit, blah, blah, blah. They executed a search warrant at the home on Thursday, March 12th. Police reported this week. Police officers seized 2 firearms, some $1,500 in Canadian currency, about 4 grams of suspected cocaine, 1.5 grams of suspected methamphetamine, a Red Devils motorcycle club vest, 3D printer, 7 3D printed firearm receivers, large quantity of illicit cannabis, various electronics, and ammunition. A 36-year-old woman and a 38-year-old man, both from Brockville, were charged with careless use of a firearm, weapons, prohibited device, ammunition, unauthorized possession of firearm, trafficking in firearms, weapons, and device or ammunition. The male is accused and charged of pointing a firearm, S assault, S encounter, and assault, police added. The woman, meanwhile, was also charged with 3 counts of failing to comply with a release order. Police said the victim of the S assault was a female and a minor. What the fuck, man? So this female was underage. Both are accused and remanded to custody following a bail hearing in Brockville. Police said to protect the identity of the victim, no further information can be released. Lead OPP spokesperson Joey Mason said the police have no further details as of Thursday about the connection between the alleged offenses and the motorcycle gang. But I will bring you guys more information as it becomes available. Let me see who we got in the building. Hey, Mike Ball's in the house. Damn, I missed a lot of comments. Darren, what's going on? 518 Choppers, how are you? Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. It's what kept me prospecting. Who did you prospect for? Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Al Rose. Do you think they should try them separately or all together? I think they have a right to separate trials, don't you think? I mean, what if one person didn't do as much as another person? And the thing that I hate about court, right? I don't like this about court, is that say they give you a whole bunch of charges, right? You can't say, oh, I'll take that one. I didn't do that. They get to like give you whatever they want. It's basically up to them, you know? Robin, how are you? I love your content from New Brunswick, the East Coast. Thank you for joining us. Yo Mama's house is in the house. Rebecca McGuire, how are you? Appreciate you watching. Charles. Mike Ball raid. Thank you so much, Mike Ball. I could always tell when there's a Mike Ball raid because I get tons of people watching. We got 83 people in the house. Thank you, Mike Ball. I really appreciate it. Florida man, how you doing? Jimmy Mack is in the building. Listen, sometimes when I'm in a chat, I can't say what up to everybody because I'm getting ready for the show. But I see you guys. Darren, Jimmy Mack, Yo Mama's house, 3 extra surprise. How you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Person NA, Renee Good was a registered professional agitator interfering with law enforcement, ICE agents, Bro's fully loaded. I know. It's crazy, man. I don't get political over here, you know? Just you want political stuff, go over to Mike Ball. Watch that. I don't do the political stuff over here. But the world has turned into a crazy place, right? Pablo, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Is there a diesel V twin I don't know about? Right? Why would someone steal that much diesel? That's, I mean, 275 gallons. Maybe he operates like heavy machinery or something and he needs the diesel. Ontario, gonna be a hot summer. Shit's gonna be crazy out there. Yes, it is. Ontario, Ottawa, all them places up there. I'm curious to see how things are gonna go up there. I'm sure I'll have a lot of content. They ain't giving any names. Nope. I don't know why they didn't give the names of the person that was arrested with the Red Devils cut. I mean, I don't know how that would affect the case, but I don't know. They do shit different up there in Canada. Hey, Mike, what's good, man? Thank you for joining me today. Cops must be up in infiltration tactics. Shit tons. Seized in clubs. Listen, that Homitos interview is fucking good. It's really good. You guys don't want to miss that. Steve, how are you? You have been raided by the IWF. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I think it definitely has the right to be tried on their own. I think so too. Stack charges to get a plea deal on lower charges. So what? If they're going to try them all together, what if they want to accept a plea bargain? They won't let them? How does that work? They have to go to trial? I mean, I don't get that. It's like they're forcing them to go to trial together, right? So one of them can't say, I'm pleading guilty. I'm done with this shit. I don't want to sit in prison no more. I want to start serving my time. Usually that's how it goes, right? Fuel oil furnace. Tanks are 275 gallons. Maybe it was just for his heat. Could be. Maybe they're selling it for a cheaper price. Could be. What is the Mike Ball raid and what does that mean? It means after he ended his show, he sent his viewers over here. I don't know how to do it, but I guess. I don't know if you just tell them or there's a button you press, but once your show ends, it sends all the people to another place. $2.25 per gallon of diesel here in Ontario. Gas is $4 something here in Connecticut. $4 and something cents. People are like, it's expensive. It's really expensive over here. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, man. I don't know how to do that raid thing. I want to find out how to give memberships away, too. I really want to find out. And listen, I got the new merch. The new merch is ready. If you guys want some new merch, I got the remember, don't be a bitch. I got the don't let your tongue get your teeth knocked out. I have a whole bunch of new designs that you can get. Here, let me show you guys some more. I got black hoodies. I have a lot of cool designs. Here, let me show you. Damn, thing's too full. I can't fucking put them in. What the hell's going on here? If you guys haven't seen yesterday, there was a crazy show I did about the dude cooperating, and they ended up unaliving him. Pretty wild shit. And I got some new content coming about these two dingleberries. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be funny as hell. Because as you know, I got their cut. How'd I get their cut? And they ain't getting it back. I got some big plans for that cut. I'm taking over as national president. So I hear that they're going to be changing the food in Connecticut prisons because people are saying that the food isn't edible and all this shit. Listen, when you're in prison, you got to deal with it. Like, there is no choice. They don't give you a fucking choice. You could either eat commissary food, which costs a lot of money, or you can eat what the fuck they give you. There isn't really, you don't have a choice on what you can do, you know? They don't give you many options. I mean, you could eat tuna fish or the shit that you can buy on commissary, but besides that, you don't have too much of a fucking choice. Let's see if this will work now. All right, it's working now. So I got all these designs that you can pick from. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend. Or you could get the American flag one. I got the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. That one's pretty cool. Then I got this trigger warning. The presentation may contain materials some participants may find distressing or disturbing. Or you could get the put them in the bedroom. I like this one. Start your own fucking podcast. Now, when you hit me up, you could get any one of these designs however you want them. You want them on the front, the back, you want them on the sleeve. And then I got graffiti writing that says Chattin with Staxx, and I put it down the sleeve. It looks pretty cool. Or you could just get the plain and simple one. Or you could get the Chattin with Staxx logo. I have that one too that you can get. There's a whole bunch. Let me show you guys these. So I got this down the sleeves. Or you could get this. You just let me know what you want when you reach out. I got black hoodies. These look pretty dope on white. I sold a couple of these in white. But I have black. I have any size you want. Just hit me up and let me know. Hit me up on Facebook. And we'll get it done. Do you really want to be associated with the twin sisterhood? Oh, I'm not associated with them. I just have their cut. I didn't buy their cut. I didn't buy it online like Patches Online. But I got it. It's called a trophy. I believe there's 2 more. I use it for a fucking throw rug, you know? I put it on the ground. I wipe my feet on it every time I come in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got 2 more. I think they're on TikTok you can get. Now, do you think they're pissed that I'm doing that to their cut? Who gives a shit? I told them what I was going to do to their shit. And I did. It's pretty cold, right? Mic drop. Checkmate, motherfucker. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. We're talking about Hell's Angel president and longtime member. He is a suspected murderer, too. He was found dead after years on the run. The body of a former Hell's Angels member who was sought internationally for murder had been seized by authorities in Cologne. So this happened in Cologne and Bonn Airport. This is in Italy. At the airport following his return from Iran, the identification of the deceased as individual wanted in connection with a fatal shooting in Cologne has been officially confirmed by prosecutors. The man, aged 39, was accused of being the leader of the Cologne, I'm probably butchering that, Cologne chapter of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, when over a decade ago, he allegedly shot and killed a 29-year-old man at a local bar. The incident reportedly stemmed from retaliatory act after the group broke into a Hells Angels establishment and looted slot machines. In the course of the violence, 2 additional individuals sustained life-threatening injuries. After the incident, the suspect managed to evade capture and was subsequently placed on international watch lists. Investigators suggested that he may have fled to Germany via Turkey, eventually seeking refuge in Iran. Can you imagine? Over the years, there were indications that he may have aligned himself with the rival Bandidos motorcycle club during his time in hiding. The circumstances surrounding his death remain unclear. The deceased family arranged for preparation of the body from Iran to Germany to allow for burial in his home country. Upon arrival at the airport, the body was confiscated by authorities to facilitate further investigation and conclusively establish identity and cause of death. Internal forensic examinations did not reveal any external signs of foul play. However, future toxicology tests is ongoing to determine if poisoning or other factors may have contributed to his death. Now, he has connections with, how do you say his name? Era Narfetti or something like that. You know, that guy that's pretty damn popular in Corleone. He is the Turkey's president of the Hells Angels. Let me show you guys. Nakati. You guys ever hear of him? Let me see. He's pretty well known. He's pretty famous. I mean, once you guys see this picture, you'll definitely know who I'm talking about. They say he's a Turkish criminal. And he was recently being held for, I don't know exactly what. I mean, they've been wanting to put charges on this guy forever. I don't think I've ever seen him wearing a patch either. It's like he always wearing designer shit and all that. Let me see. This guy. So this guy is the former member. He might be still, right? Hey, Christopher, what's going on, man? Steve. You said you're going to be the national prez. I'm going to disband that shit. Listen, I don't want nothing to do with them 2 losers. I know they're fucking bugging seeing me disrespect their past. Good. And I'm going to keep doing it. Let's see. Law enforcement officials have stated that with the suspect's death, the murder case will be closed and the search warrants lifted. The legal proceedings related to the homicide, which had been described in court as calculated act of vengeance, will not continue further against the deceased. The case had attracted significant attention given the connection to organized motorcycle clubs and the nature of the crime. Authorities are continuing to await the results of a comprehensive toxicology test to clarify the exact cause of death. Until these results are available, investigators have not ruled out any possibilities regarding the manner in which the former Hells Angel member died while living in Iran. No further details about the deceased, activities, or associations during his time abroad have been disclosed at this stage. This development marks the conclusion of the extensive international search that had involved multiple law enforcement agencies and spanned more than a decade, underscoring the ongoing efforts and pursuits of justice in cases involving organized crime. So I'll let you guys know when those tests come back and if they find out he was poisoned or whatever the deal was. I'm sure they will put it out there, right? Yeah, be careful, you might experience some mysterious fire. Yeah, hopefully not, man, right? Yeah, listen, Europe and all them other countries are another animal. They're just a different altogether. They're just different. They're nothing like the U.S. Hey, EMB, how are you? Read about the Turkish Hells Angel past and serious stuff. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now. I mean, he was wanted for murder. Pagans lose their bid for separate trials. Yeah, I already talked about that, Steve. So, yeah, the Pagans did lose their bid. They wanted to be tried separate, but they all will be tried together. These 6 defendants, the one without the X's on their faces, these are the remaining defendants of the Pagans that will be tried in separate trials. It's pretty fucked up. It's crazy. They let 3 of the defendants basically go, right? So who knows what's going to end up happening with this? I will let you know as more information becomes available. But we got some great interviews dropping. Join the Patreon if you want to see this interview now.
Okay, and what ended up happening was later back. But at the end of the day, I mean, and the bandits were cool with it because I remember the early days, and it was me and my old lady at the time trying to figure out how we could get them electric wheelchair.
So stay tuned. I'll bring you more information as it becomes available. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Staxx. And if you want merch, hit me up on the email, billstax2021@gmail.com, or hit me up on Facebook. Make sure you join Patreon for exclusive content you can't see anywhere else. I'll be dropping a bunch of interviews, a bunch of shows, so make sure you subscribe to the members. Hope you guys have a great Friday. I might be on later to chop it up with you, but I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining me. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.